Crisis isn't just survival or survivable for the rich, it's profitable. What if I told you America's next recession is already underway, but no one recognizes it? It's not going to come like a sudden crash in 2008. Instead, it's creeping in slowly, reshaping our economy in ways that could be even more damaging over time. Back then, the signs were obvious. Wall Street panic, mass layoffs, foreclosures on every street. But this time, Wall Street still panicking, just for reasons that are harder to see from the outside. Today's recession is hidden behind headlines about low unemployment and previously stable GDP until the most recent negative 0.3% GDP report for quarter one of 2025. This makes it dangerously easy to ignore until it's too late. The worst news is Jerome Powell, chair of the Federal Reserve, seems to be ignoring it. Beneath the surface, key warning lights are flashing. Consumer sentiment has plummeted to near record lows. Inflation isn't going away. And CEOs at some of the biggest companies are already sounding alarms about the road ahead. Just take Jamie Dimon, for instance, claiming that recession is pretty likely at this point. So, if the government and some media outlets claim the economy is fine, why does it feel so much harder for everyday Americans to survive right now? On paper, the economy looks okay. Admittedly, the negative GDP report is concerning, but the real alarm bells don't start going off until the second negative quarter of GDP. So as of right now, everything is fine. If everything is supposedly so stable, why does it feel like we're falling behind? Everyday expenses, groceries, rent, basic necessities have skyrocketed. People are working harder, yet feeling poorer. Meanwhile, headlines brag about low unemployment rates and GDP growth like it's the 1950s boom era, of course, minus the most recent report. But ask anyone trying to buy a home, feed their family, or even just keep up with bills, and you'll hear a very different story. The middle class is being squeezed from both sides, higher costs and stagnant wages. It's not just a feeling, it's reality that's supported by hard data. Consumer sentiment is sitting at some of the lowest levels in modern history. Inflation, especially for essentials like food and housing, remains stubbornly high, even as wages fail to keep up with pace. The worst part is higher prices are here to stay unless the government actually allows deflation. So if it's not another housing bubble or stock market crash causing the pain this time, what exactly is dragging us toward the next recession? Most people are still waiting for some huge event, a stock market crash, a massive bank failure, to signal the next recession, but that's not how it's going to happen this time. Unlike 2008, there's no single ticking time bomb. Instead, the recession is unfolding in a slow motion collapse. Small cracks are forming everywhere, silently weakening the foundation of the economy. It won't be a sudden explosion, it'll be a slow bleed until suddenly it feels like everything changed overnight. The key difference is what economists are calling stagflation, the brutal combination of stagnant economic growth and persistently high inflation. In this environment, prices stay high, growth slows to a crawl, and policymakers are stuck. Any move they make could risk making things worse. It's the worst of both worlds, and it's already happening. But stagflation isn't just an economic buzzword, it's already reshaping your paycheck, your bills, your future in ways that most people haven't even realized yet. If stagflation wasn't bad enough, there's another silent killer brewing underneath. And this time, it's coming straight from government policy. New tariffs, especially the staggering over 100% tariffs against Chinese imports, are threatening to unleash a tidal wave of bankruptcies across small businesses. You might not feel it yet, but people who run companies, the ones making your food, building your products, shipping your goods, they're already panicking. The CEO of Flexport, a massive global logistics company, warned that these tariffs, if they stay, 80% of small businesses that import from China could die out. Millions of workers could lose their jobs. Not because their business failed naturally, but because they were crushed by political choices. And it's not just small companies feeling the pressure. American Airlines yanked its entire full-year forecast. Procter & Gamble reported falling retail traffic. Pepsi slashed its earnings outlook. Even Chipotle saw some store sales drop for the first time in years. When corporate giants start preparing for a downturn, it's not fear-mongering, it's survival mode. But if the biggest brands are already bracing for impact, what does that mean for ordinary consumers trying to stretch every last dollar? Well, when shoppers start acting differently, it's one of the clearest early warning signs that a recession is no longer a prediction, it's already happening. Across the board, people are cutting back. They are not just being cautious, they're fundamentally changing how they spend. Even at major brands like Pepsi and Chipotle, consumers are trading down, choosing cheaper options, smaller packages, and skipping out on extra purchases entirely. Car companies like Ford are already running buy now before prices rise campaigns, trying to push inventory before auto tariffs drive prices even higher. Pepsi is pivoting hard towards smaller, low-cost products, a clear sign that they expect consumers to prioritize affordability over brand loyalty. Chipotle, for the first time since 2020, saw a sustained decline in foot traffic, with executives admitting that saving money because of economic fears is the overwhelming reason that people are visiting less. This isn't normal seasonal behavior. This is survival behavior. Consumers are feeling squeezed, and their first choice reflects growing fear. But here's the scariest part. If everyday consumers are already pulling back now, what happens when the real recession pain actually sets in? You've probably felt it already. It's not just the economy is bad, it's bad for some people. It's almost good for others. We aren't all living in the same economy anymore. For one group, those who own stocks, real estate, and other assets, the volatility is just another buying opportunity. Buy low, ride out the storm, and then come out even richer. But for everyone else, the paycheck-to-paycheck families, small businesses, first-time homebuyers, and every new policy, every new price increase cuts a little bit deeper. During the last recession, wealth disappeared. This time, wealth is just moving, consolidating even more at the top. While regular people are tightening their belts in hopes to keep their jobs, the wealthy are buying assets, distressed assets at bargain prices, getting richer with every downturn headline. The system isn't broken. It's actually doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect and enrich those who've already got the most. But what if I told you this slow collapse isn't just bad luck or a freak economic cycle? It's being engineered in plain sight. We're often told recessions are a natural part of some unstoppable economic cycle, but what if it's one that isn't really natural at all? What if it's being manufactured decision by decision? Look closely, and you'll see it's not random mistakes causing this current downturn. It's policy choices, deliberate actions like raising tariffs by over 100%, keeping interest rates high, and letting inflation stay sticky while claiming everything's under control. These aren't accidents, they're calculated moves, and the fallout hits regular families, small businesses, and workers first. When you jack up tariffs, it doesn't hurt billionaires near as much as it hurts small business owners and middle-class consumers. When you keep borrowing costs sky high, corporate giants still find a way to access cheap money, but first-time homebuyers get priced out, entrepreneurs can't get loans, and working families start drowning in debt. And when prices stay elevated while wages stall, everyday survival becomes a luxury few can afford. In this system, crisis isn't just survival or survivable for the rich, it's profitable. It creates prime opportunities, slashing jobs to boost earnings, buying up distressed assets, and blaming the fallout on China, the Fed, or global uncertainty. The scariest part, by the time most people realize what's really happening, it's going to be too late. The damage is going to already be done. By the time the official numbers confirm we're in recession, most Americans will have already been living in it. The layoffs, the price hikes, the shrinking savings accounts, all of it will have happened quietly, invisibly, long before any politician steps in and steps up to admit, hey, there's a problem. While architects of this collapse, the policymakers, corporate giants, and investors will already be cashing in, profiting from the chaos they helped create. This won't be like 2008. There won't be a single massive crash that you can point to. Wealth won't evaporate overnight. It will just slowly migrate. Surely, it's going to end up in fewer and fewer hands. The real danger is how normal it will all feel, how easy it will be to explain it all away, how quietly the middle class will shrink, and how loud the victory bells will be ringing for those at the top. Trust me, you don't want to be caught off guard when the real fallout hits. So I'm curious, what do you think? Please share your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And if you made it this far into the video, you may as well subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And while you're at it, consider checking out why Dave Ramsey is wrong about housing prices and how they will bleed out. Until next time.